And welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Bubba and the Bloom, episode 117. Got a special one for you tonight. Live NFBC Online Championship draft for myself. First of three. Obviously joined by my partner in crime. So we'll get to the details real quick. I'm on Twitter at BDintric, the podcast at Bubba Bloom Pod, and my co-host, as always, on Twitter at RyanBHQ. Ryan, what's up, man?
Oh, not much. These are the pods I like. I do zero prep. I get my terminal gravity hazy pale ale, and I just get to kind of kick back and watch you sweat. Hopefully, you've got the fourth pick.
Yeah, not ideal in this setup.
No, I don't. Well, yeah. What do you? I mean, because
I don't.
I haven't. I'm learning tonight too. I have not done any 12s this year. Like 4 is you're probably not getting Julio, Acuna, or Witt. I don't know what it looks like at the 2-3 turn. That's what I.
Yeah, that's the big part. Is the 2-3 turn. Like I'm probably gonna go. I usually go at least 3, if not 4. There's Andy Splinter in the chat who's in the draft with me at pick 12. He says terrible luck, Bubba. So yeah, we got some fun stuff there. We'll see. We'll see how this one goes because we're 10 seconds away. Yeah, the big 3 will be gone. I've been Carroll. I'm just not in on because I'm worried about the shoulder. The power decline in the second half was tremendous. You never know. Things happen, but he could get better. I like Betts. That eligibility to shortstop could be big. Acuna just went number 1. Let me share the board with everybody there.
Get this thing up here, man.
Yep, I got it. But then I love Tucker. There's Tatis, of course. There's arguments for many. Man, I have no bet shares, so I think it went Acuna, which Strider. So I get J-Rod.
You could get Julio.
Spencer Strider goes number 3. I get my first J-Rod share of the year. Kaboom!
Look at that.
There it goes.
Terrible luck. I was actually. It's not surprising actually to see Strider. I know I kind of said.
We got another listener real quick in the chat here. Sean Chard's with us as well. He's sitting right next to me in the draft. So back to what you were saying, Ryan.
Sean he's
5th.
5. Okay.
Yep.
So Sean is on the clock. Hell yeah.
Yep.
Yes, not surprised to see Strider start inching up into consistently the top 5, especially as we get closer to opening day. Strider presumably makes it through spring training healthy. Other starting pitchers go down like Garrett Cole. I think we're going to see Strider consistently top 5, maybe like tonight top 3 or even 2.
Yep, I'm with you. I think he went 3 because I hate taking pitchers early, especially in 12s because there's so much depth to me in the 12s. I hate taking the pitcher early, but man, the idea of taking Strider at 4 was at least in the back of my mind. I'll say that much.
Well, you didn't have to do it.
Yeah,
it's your first Julio.
Your first Julio. I think outside of maybe an underdog or something. So the first one that I guess really counted, but it's pretty wild because I've been showing you my main event qualifier I've been doing a lot of first person shares in that. And what I'll say is I was going to mention it kind of at the top of the show. We kind of always say it when we do those pockets of ADP. It's for us also. I've noticed this last year with my drafts. What I did in January and February after we did those podcasts, my March drafts are totally different because I start to realize positions, stats, so on and so forth. Totally changes my mindset on things as I go through the room.
From Eric Halterman in the chat, do you think about the first round any differently at all in a 12, or is it more further on down the line?
For me, it's a little further down the line. The first round is still just a bunch of studs, and the hitting to me is so far in a way ahead of pitching. And with all the injuries outside of Strider, it's things start to group together a little more where you can wait till round 3 in my mind in a 15. So in 12s, it's the first round's the first round, but like I said, even with the 4 pick, but no matter what pick I had in this 12, I was probably going at least 3 hitters, potentially 4 before I even touch a pitcher.
Makes sense. We've got Brandon Waddle in the chat. Strider is a cheat code for pitching this year. And so while I was about to bring that up, it is true. Spencer Strider, this is Baseball HQ projection. Spencer Strider, it's unreal the advantage that Strider gives you in strikeouts. We've got him projected for 262. I think other projection systems have him for even more. That is 40 Ks more than the next starting pitcher, which is Blake Snell. So, and Snell comes with the ratios and not having a team.
Not signed right now. So that's a whole other freaking problem.
So it is kind of a cheat code. Like you are getting an extra kind of like reliever's worth of strikeouts by taking Mr. Strider. Any surprises as the first round finishes?
Yeah, it went J-Rod after me. Went Carroll, Betts, Tucker, Freeman, Tatis, Ohtani, Soto, Turner. Nothing really. We saw Judge is still on the board, so he's falling due to injury. I guess that'd be the biggest talking point. I guess we're at 4 picks into round 12. Still no Aaron Judge.
Are you thinking about him?
No, I will not draft Aaron Judge. I've held steadfast to that. Maybe if he falls to round 3, I would do Aaron Judge. I don't think that happens. He'll probably go any minute now that we've talked about him, but. I said it before, even this latest injury, the fact that toe would be bothering him all season. Like he didn't run with the toe. There's just so many things that went there, made it very tricky. Halterman mentions a good on the turn there. Splinter went Trey Turner, Bryce Harper, the Yankee stack at the turn. That's pretty strong.
Adam in the chat says, curious to see Ohtani before Soto, in my opinion. So my mouse doesn't work, so that's good. In my opinion, seen Soto go 8-9 a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, Ohtani's creeping up.
I like Ohtani more than Soto, personally.
And Ohtani's creeping up now that he's proven he's healthy. Like that was the biggest thing before spring training was, with that procedure he had, because we actually don't know exactly which one he had technically. And we saw like Bryce Harper had the brace procedure and he still was mid-season. So it was more of a question of when would Ohtani start the year? Well, he's starting in Seoul, Korea here next week. So that pretty much just takes that all off the table.
He's not up yet. He won't go for a few more rounds. But like Dylan Cease is like late for the team playing.
He's flying over right now. He's flying right now. Yeah, he's flying.
Presumably, he's going to pitch then, I guess.
Yeah, or at least hang out with his team. So I'm 2 picks away here. I'm looking at either Ozzie Albies, Big Meat Pete. Those would be my big 2 right here.
It's a shocker.
And there goes Aaron Judge, right? There goes Aaron Judge. And Chard's on the clock, so if you want to take one of my 2 guys, Chard, knock yourself out.
The benefit of being in the on the stream with your league mates.
Yep, you get to come and take my picks if you so choose. But I think most listeners by now know my thoughts on these 2. Albies average, good power, speed, great lineup. Pete Alonso, I think this is like one of the few 50 home run bats in baseball. Should hit closer to 260 this year, I'd imagine. There goes Ellie De La Cruz to Chard.
Choose between the 2.
Yep, now it gets fun. I'm going to go with Ozzie Albies due to the depth at first base. I might regret that because of the power of Alonso, but Alonso's been falling to round 3 as well. So
I was going to say, Alonso might make it back to you.
Well, I'm going to go Michael Harris if he falls. My round 3 pick always was Michael Harris in my head if he falls there. Okay. That's what I've had penciled in the whole time. We'll see if that actually happens. There goes Corbin Burns.
They got little pocket aces, a Derek Van Riper build.
There goes
Derek started with 15-team labor with Strider and Burns, I believe, from the 5 slot. So it's interesting to see that in a 12-teamer. There went Pete Alonso, which I think is a great pairing with Bobby Witt for team 2. Yep. Although batting average, you know me with my batting average, that could be an issue there for.
Yeah, I blame you for part of my new addiction to making sure I have batting average locked in.
It's locked in with Julio and Albies, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. And if I can get Michael Harris, I really.
If you get Harris, and if Harris, I'm surprised, and maybe I haven't been. Well, we don't know main event ADP yet. I wouldn't be surprised if Michael Harris starts creeping into the second round. I know there's pitcher inflation in the mains and the 15-teamers, but Michael Harris to me is a second-round pick.
I think Michael Harris is a mid-second round pick in 15. So completely agree with you on that one. There goes Michael Harris right there. So there you go. First pick of round 3 to Michael Harris.
Acuna, Lindor, Harris for team 1. I'll let you think for a second.
Yeah, we pivot. Man, I love Blue Bob, but there's a lot of volatility in that White Sox team right now. See, this is where it gets interesting because the hitting slowly disappears here for a stretch. Like Randy's down there. It's a little bit of a push for Randy. He's more of a back end round 3, but obviously he won't come back to me scenario.
Nope. I can already tell you're on tilt.
No, I'm not
planning for Harris.
I'm not tilting at all. I'm just kind of looking back now on a few. Maybe I should have went Pete and then gone from there, but first base is deep. Do I go pitching is the question. Do I go and get – well?
So there have been 2 starting pitchers taken the first 26 picks.
Yeah, like Zach Wheeler's sitting right there.
So Tom in the chat just said Wheeler here.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go
You're
Wheeler.
up. It's your
Actually,
call.
I'm gonna go Wheeler. Yeah, we changed it up. We're going Zach Wheeler.
I like that because
Give
to me
me
it didn't seem like there's a bat that stood
No,
out.
that's what I was looking at. The bats were just kind of like, I felt like I was forcing it at that point, which I could do. It's a 12-teamer. I could do that kind of stuff later.
All right. So a couple things that came up. SMB in the chat said, and keep this chat going. It's already electric. I'll do my best to get to every comment that we can. SMB is Witt over Julio the consensus at this point? And Bubba, would you have taken Julio over Witt at 2? I don't want to speak for you, but you have taken Witt over Julio.
Yeah, Witt's my number 2. Yeah, it's pretty easy for me. Witt's my number 2. Again, could be wrong. That's why I'm glad I finally have a Julio share. So if I am wrong, I get it somewhere. And what better place than potentially an OC? So that's a good way to get it. But I got Witt for sure.
Andy, who's in the draft. Andy, if you want to divulge which team you are, feel free. So much speed out of the gate for Team 1. There are 2 teams that have tons of speed. Team 1 with Acuna, Lindor, Michael Harris, and then Team 5 started with Corbin Carroll and Ellie De La Cruz. They just followed that up with Vlad, who I think, if the knee's okay, that's a nice way to, if you're going to start 3 hitters, that's a nice way to balance those 2. But yeah, 2 teams that out of the gate, pretty fast.
And Andy identified his team. I wasn't going to say it out loud, but it's Team 12.
Okay. Andy's
on the turn.
Andy's the Philly fan at the other side of the wheel there with Turner and Bryce Harper. So good luck, man.
Yeah, Eric Halterman makes a great point in the chat. A very good point.
One of the hardest things about 12s is not saying it's a 12 to yourself before every pick and everything.
Yep.
Yeah. This is your first online championship
of this year, yes.
Of this year. I'm shocked to see not many pitchers going at all.
Yeah, there's another one that we just got our 4th pitcher off the board. They're Glass now, which I like as well, of course. Yeah, no, it's one of those things. And Gialdi says it. Just remember that even in a 12 pitching, it's thin quicker. Yeah, you still get that drop off that you get elsewhere. That is 100%. It's just a matter of, do you want to load up more? Like I've just been more prone to loading up more in those middle tiers, but having an ace wheeler, it does always feel good.
Interesting to see Glasnow as SP4. I think we talked about that on our last episode. Was Glasnow could probably be a 2nd round pitcher, especially if he shoves in Korea. And an underrated part of that, as Yamamoto just went to Team 10, is both of those 2 guys basically get an extra start.
That's what I was going to say. I was wondering if you're going there. That's a big plus on that scenario. So Glasnow, you think about the innings concerns, he can get that start and then get a couple weeks to chill before the next start, and that's an extra 5 or 6 innings on the old docket there.
Starting pitcher run here, as 5 of the last 6 picks have been starters. So basically every team on the back half of the draft started 2 hitters and is now getting their first pitcher.
Starting to feel better about getting Wheeler now.
Yeah, you weren't. It didn't seem like you were going to get an ace.
Ooh, there's a combo.
Scooble and Pablo. Yeah, 1 out of 2 ain't bad.
Man, it's like Ryan takes over the hosting duties and gets my snark to him. This is good.
1 out of 2 ain't bad between those. Now Scooble, I could be very wrong about Scooble, but
I think we all could be on this one. It's kind of like the Julio thing for me. I kind of want to make sure I get 1 share of Julio by the end. I said I want to get at least 1 Ellie share by the end type thing. Like these are a few of the plans I have. We'll see how well that gets executed, of course.
So 4 pitchers in the top 30 picks, and then 6 out of the next 7 picks were pitchers, including Josh Hader.
Yep.
The number 1 reliever off the board to Team 10 in the 3rd pick of the 4th round. So it's coming back to you. We did have a question from Tom. Will anyone go 5 hitters to start? I wouldn't be surprised at all. We've got Team 8 with 4 already: Freeman, Austin Riley, Marcus Semien, Bo Bichette. It does seem we've talked about kind of that 1B tier of pitchers that we really like. I could see in a 12 grabbing 2 or 3 of those guys, or Jesus Luzardo, Joe Ryan, if you like Joe Musgrove. My guy Yuri Perez, can't get that blister away from him, which isn't good. Just had Team 6 go with another 4-for-4 hitter start: Mookie Betts, Judge, Gunnar Henderson, and Jose Altuve. You are 2 picks away, my man. I'm assuming you're going back to the bats here.
Well, it's a conundrum now that I went pitcher early. I'm debating pairing Wheeler with Gausman. and racking up so many strikeouts.
He's still out there. That's right.
Yeah, he's
does,
been falling.
Does the injury hurt? Worry you at all?
He's throwing. He said he's ready to go. I'm trusting him on this one, but could be wrong. But as an SP2 on your team, that's the old adage of pocket aces. You have that going for you. If not, I am tempted to take a shot on Royce Lewis here.
Okay.
Which just to give his 5 category appeal potentially, third base position that can get iffy at times. Yeah, there goes Johan Duran. I'll go Gossman. Do the double, kind of pocket aces in a way, but completely a different team than my normal build. But now it allows me to not even worry a ton about starting pitchers out the gate, which is kind of fun. This is why I like being in the middle to the back end of the first round.
And you could kind of play off teams 1 through 3. You probably know team 1 and 2 is probably taking a pitch. Like, I don't think Gossman was making it back to you.
Yeah, if somehow Royce came back, that'd be amazing. Yeah. But I doubt that happens.
What are you thinking about closers? So 3 closers went in the 4th round: Hader, Edwin Diaz, Duran. Are you thinking that potentially in the 5th in a 12-team, or are you going to wait?
I'm hoping for 6th or 7th round to grab someone. That's kind of my plan. If it backfires, it backfires. But I don't want to force it and pass up on. I've already passed up on a lot of hitting so far, which doesn't always make me feel warm and fuzzy. So I think it's time to start getting back in the bat side of things.
Sports and Stock says I went 4 hitters to start once. Ended up with Gilbert and Fried as the first 2 pitchers. Didn't feel great once I filled my team. So
there goes Adelise to the Strider Burns team. So that's an interesting start.
Timothy Lilly, who I believe is in this
he is.
Draft, almost took Osman for double aces, but I have him in a bunch of other leagues. So
well, I appreciate it, Timothy, for not doing it.
Don't know what team number Timothy is. But
checks in the mail. I can tell you.
We'll let him divulge that. But
yeah, he's
team 3 took a while for you to pick after you. I wonder if they were thinking Gossman with Strider Burns.
To go 3, that'd be
they almost timed
wild.
Out.
That'd be a heck of a. There goes O'Neal Cruz. The helium is in full effect, folks. Full effect.
Yeah,
O'Neal Cruz.
Moly.
That's a
don't start cursing yet. But
pick 47 for O'Neal Cruz, just for like fun here. Over the last 4 days in NFBC OC ADP, there's been 19 drafts. His ADP is 51, so pretty close. He's gone as high as 37, as low as 65 over the last 19 drafts. So he is flying up. And Gialdi said it, get your guys. So that's
your guys. You're up in 2. So
if Lewis is there, I'm taking him in a heartbeat. I'd be shocked if he is.
Mike Trout ahead of Lewis.
That's
team 2. Look at this. Bobby Witt, Pete Alonso, CJ Abrams, O'Neal Cruz, and Mike Trout. Let's go.
Going full YOLO on that one.
I do wonder what that pitching staff's going to look like when it comes all the way back to 6. But
man, I would love Royce Lewis here. I just don't see it happening. But man, Gruber's taking his time. I swear he's listening to the show. Let's get taking his time on this one.
Hey, if I was in this draft, I'd be listening.
I would be too, 100%. Like Nolan Jones, like another batting average guy, 2020 upside that could fit really nice here. I think the batting average part of Nolan Jones gets played down too much. It feels like maybe I'm just not listening to it enough. But like the power gets played down a lot, and maybe it isn't great. But he's going to hit for a ton of average in that ballpark. So,
team 3 about to time out.
I mean, don't do it. Logan Webb.
Oh,
5th round Royce Lewis. Let's go. Let's go.
All right.
That got me giddy. That got me giddy right there.
I need to think about not my hate for Royce Lewis, but like I've just totally shunned him this
Jenstad's in the chat.
Who we got in here? Where's Jenstad at?
I need to know what Bloomfield's drinking besides LaCroix.
Scott, we got a little terminal gravity out of Corvallis, Oregon, little hazy pale on this fine Thursday night. I got the day of the week right this episode.
Yep. Brandon Waddle is team 2 Uncle
Ted. Brandon with the early favorite, early front runner in the clubhouse for comment of the night is team 2 Uncle Ted with 5 hitters to start.
That's so good.
Where is Uncle Ted? Where is UT?
Is there a RotoWire stream right now? Jen said that we don't know about.
Could be in there.
Yeah, no, I'm liking this totally different build for me, but it gives me a lot of avenues. I'll say that much. A lot of avenues.
Thomas in the chat. What are team 1 and team 2 doing? Team 1, no SPs. Team 2, 3 shortstops.
Yeah.
Abrams,
Cruz, and Witt. And then, team 1 took 2 closers on the turn, Clase and Doval.
Yep.
So, there's different strategies, folks. This is what gets fun about overall competitions, you get a little different here, which is fun.
There goes Jazz in the 5th round. I honestly, man, I'd have a tough time between Jazz and Royce Lewis if I'm going to go for someone who, on a per game basis are first rounders.
I'd say Lewis for batting average is the separating factor.
Yeah, it could be.
But maybe it's not as much as it should be. Let's put it that way.
I don't know, man. Jazz could go like 35-35.
I agree. So I've said that every year for about the last 4 years. It's like the old Byron Buxton thing. I'm waiting for it to happen.
Team 9 with the anti-Bloomfield build, 4 outfielders and 4 picks.
That's one of our listeners, by the way. That's all I'll say. It's one of our listeners.
Excellent. Nico Herner.
Lou Bob in round 4, and then there's the Nolan Jones I was talking about. That's actually real strong in round 4 and 5. That's the beauty of 12s right there.
Where did Lou Bob go?
He go to team 9 in round 4.
Man, I'm already losing track of who went. It's like my own drafts.
That's good. That's real good. Not you losing track. The Lou Bob in round 4 and Jones in round 5. That's fun. A Rose Arena in round 4. This is why I love 12 so much. Like all this craziness can happen.
Yeah, several different builds. We mentioned team 1 with the Acuna and then 2 hitters and then 2 closers. Team 2, the Uncle Ted team with 5 bats. You got team 3 who started, and that's interesting to start because the thing with pocket aces, the question always is, when do you dip back in and get your 3rd starter? Typically, and again, I'm thinking 15 teamers here. It's like 10th or 12th round, and team 3 went back to Logan Webb in the 5th round. So they've got 3 starting pitchers out of 5, and their first 2 picks were starters. So,
yeah, that's definitely a fun way to think about it. Like I'm not looking to. There's some good pitchers out there: Freddie Peralta, Framber, Logan Gilbert. I'm just not looking to. I'm just on the util tab right now. Just don't even tempt myself on pitchers, basically.
The util tab. You going Buxton already?
No, util for all the hitters, genius. So I get all the pitchers off of there.
Just trying to get at you a little bit.
I know. I can be snarky too, even when I'm focused.
Bubba's going JD Martinez in round 6.
Yep. You got me. Unemployed JD Martinez in round 6. That's my guy.
There goes Freddie. So that, man, 6th round Freddie
that's pretty sweet.
Is pretty sweet for team 8, who did start with those 5 bats. So
that's a great pitcher.
Really like, I don't know. If I was doing a 12, I think I'd love to start with 4. 5 bats is maybe pushing it, but God, you could still get a good SP1, and then if you follow that up quickly with another SP,
that's why I've pretty much been 4 hitters every time. It really hasn't even been close,
except for tonight.
Yeah, and now I put it back on all so I could see what pitchers are still available. And with Devin Williams down and Bednar down, I'm kind of tempted to go Rafael Iglesias here, actually.
I mean, that's the thing, is the closer market. We mentioned it a little bit in the news segment last episode. With those 2 guys out, like, it's just a supply-demand thing.
Yeah, so if Reisel's still there, I might go that direction. I got 2 picks to go.
Trying to think off the top of my head, other closers in that tier. You got
Jordan
Seawald, who I really like, but he's probably not Reisel tier.
It's Romano, Seawald, Munoz, Fairbanks. So yeah, it's Reisel's basically in his own tier that's left.
Gialdi's telling you to get crazy here. I think that's bat signal for take Vinny P in the 6th round.
Not yet. I think he's probably saying take like there goes Framber. I'd like Reisel right here.
And that is, so team 6, as you kind of think your pick through if Reisel doesn't go. Team 6 is kind of what I was talking about. You start 4 bats, and then they went 2 starting pitchers right after that with Gallen and Valdez. You got Reisel in the 6th. I like it.
Yep.
I like it. I mean, that's been our theme with closers since our preview episode, is we want to try. It's hard to time in a straight draft, but we want to try and time it so where we're getting one of those last few remaining from that tier. And I think Iglesias is, unless I'm leaving someone out.
No, it's not. You're not, because Devin Williams and Bednar are the other 2, and they're hurt, obviously.
Yeah.
So now it's like, do I wait on catchers? Do I go William?
Oh, catcher talk. What are we at? 24 minutes in.
I kind of want to go Christian Yelich, to be honest. My second outfielder right here.
Alex in the chat says Ryan Helsley has looked good this spring. He looked very good today.
Yeah, he has.
And has just never put it together over a full season. But man, he could be great.
Man, then you still have Gilbert sitting there. Bobby Miller.
Still got Joe Ryan.
There's a bunch of pitchers, man. Yeah, William Contreras.
You've got to go back to bats, though, don't you?
That's what you don't have to.
Well, you don't have to do anything.
Brian Reynolds is another one. Like these guys are. I know you just go get your guys. Don't trust ADP. But these are a couple of rounds later, guys. Like it's a lot of pitchers. This is why in 12s I usually wait because you get this clump of pitchers that you can go to.
Thomas says it's say a time. It's always say a time.
It's always say a time. Or do I go for a big power bat? I passed on Pete Alonso. Do I go get a little Tristan Casas in my life? That could be fun as well.
There goes team one. This is probably what I would do with an Acuna start is what they did. Backed up with 2 more bats, and then it looks like he's just piling pitchers. Just took Bobby Miller at the end of the 6th, and let's see if they go for another pitcher. I wouldn't be surprised if they do to start the 7th. I'd go Logan Gilbert.
I'd go Logan Gilbert for sure. There goes Gilbert.
Man.
That's a strong start with like you said, Acuna, Lindor, Harris. You got Clase, Doval, Miller, Gilbert. It's a great way to use the number 1 pick.
Agreed. KJ says, Bloom, why don't you like Skubal? It's really just the price. Like Skubal went before Gossman in this draft, and assuming health with Gossman, I don't think that's particularly close. Again, fully knowing that Skubal, who has not been able to kind of last for a full season, can do that. Yeah, for me, it's just the price. But I certainly I don't think taking Skubal in the 4th is a bad decision. Like there's a chance he's a top 5 starting pitcher this year. If you're gonna take your SP1, I think I want someone with more.
Oh, there goes Dylan Cease. Wow. Didn't see that one.
That is wow. That is wow.
Didn't see that one coming with everything else on the board.
Cease probably gets that extra start, so we can't, we can't say that about Glasnow and Yamamoto and not Cease. But
yep. William Contreras joins the club.
Catcher man.
Round 7. Now we have some more fun as we go. I'm kind of curious who Gialdi was talking about going crazy with.
Vinny P. I already said.
Yeah. Was that what he said? I'm not watching the chat. It's your
no, I'm just messing with you.
But yeah,
so right, William Contreras
pitchers coming up. It's wild.
That's against your weight on catcher.
Again,
does that change in a 12 or not, or is that just this?
It changes a bit in the overall concept. I want 1 stud if I can, and if it's either that or I have to make sure I double tap like my lower guys. I don't want to be hung out to dry, basically. So it comes down to. This gives me a lot of wiggle room. It's like I'm just the way my team's setting up. I like how it allows me a lot of pivots throughout each round now because I have a catcher, I have a closer, I have two aces, I have second base and third base, which are iffy as the draft goes on. Stuff like that's taken care of. So,
Jordan Romano just goes in the 7th.
There goes
and then Paul Sewell. So there is another little reliever run. I think this is kind of the next. And I don't know, maybe Munoz is part of that upper tier, but Munoz, Romano, Sewald, Evan Phillips, all going in the 7th round here.
A lot of relievers going right now. This is pretty interesting, folks.
Gialdi in the chat says, let's get back to work on speed. I agree, man. I think if there's one, and that is the thing with taking a catcher that early, it's opportunity cost. You are short in bags.
Trust me, I have some of those guys highlighted coming up here.
Hey,
I'm setting
Ruiz, man. He can cure all.
No, he is not highlighted. I hate to break it to people, not highlighted.
All right, Wyatt Langford just went 83rd overall. There were a few questions in the chat asking when would Wyatt Langford go, and there is your answer. Andy Splinter takes Seiya Suzuki.
Thanks, Andy. Thanks, listener of the show. Appreciate you. He wouldn't have made it back. He wouldn't have made it back, so that's fair. I'll give him.
He might have. I mean, I remember Seiya being like an 8th rounder.
He wouldn't have made it back, Ryan. You just wouldn't have.
True. You're right. We got too many listeners. There's Andy. You're welcome.
Yeah.
As his avatar is him cheersing a beer. I love it.
Yep. Good times.
That's awesome.
Always appreciate a good listener.
Yeah, 83rd for Wyatt Langford. Thomas says that's not bad.
Man, there's just a slew of guys I'm not even wanting to draft. And then I have to scroll down to start finding my guys. So we'll start attacking some things here pretty soon. I'm not worried at the moment, but I
Team
appreciate
10, aka Bubba's burner account, goes 2 catchers.
it's
7th
Toby.
and 8th.
That's Toby.
GTR and Will Smith, who I think got hurt today, but I don't know.
Yesterday, back spasms.
Okay.
Look at team 8 there. Freeman, Riley, Simeon, Bichette, Chisholm, 5 bats that went Peralta, Evan Phillips, Joe Ryan.
That's one of my favorite builds in this draft. I'm not a huge Semien guy. Like, I probably would have gone a Rosarena over Semien. But if you're going to start 5 bats and then go Freddie, Phillips, Joe Ryan, I think that's pretty sweet.
It's a fun way to build.
No asked, why do I sound like Matthew McConaughey? Do I practice?
Oh God, we're back.
I do not, but I get that all the time.
Who said that? Oh, no. You went no. I thought you were talking. You're answering.
No, his name is No.
That's funny.
She's name is No.
All right, I got to know who I'm taking next. Hopefully, we'll see. Got a few different outfielders I'm looking at for some speed. So I'm looking a few outfielders, a couple infielders as well.
Name names. Come on. Put
I know
yourself at a disadvantage.
Like there's Stott as a middle infield. There's Bogarts at shortstop. There's Lane Thomas in the outfield.
You took Stott in your main event qualifier.
Yeah, I'm starting to like him more and more. There's Andres Jimenez, who I like a lot. He could be a nice middle infield option as well.
Yep.
So there's about 4 or 5 guys that could help in steals that I'm circling for now. I guess I'm on deck, so I got to decide pretty quick. Just as options for steals. I think I'll go with Lane Thomas here just to give me a second outfielder as well. Plus, there's 3 shortstops coming up, and there's a lot of middle infield taken here. There goes Helsley. So I'm on the clock. I'm going to go Lane Thomas on this one.
All aboard the Lane train.
Yep. Why is he not picking? What are we doing here?
THOMA.
No, my thing was the draft room's not letting me draft right now. There we go. Lane Thomas. Okay. We got him.
This isn't fan tracks, man. Come on.
No, I know. That was scary for a second there. I got a little nervous.
Thomas in the chat. Are we worried about Joe Musgrove after his performance in the spring? Joe Musgrove just went to Team 7 in the 8th round. I guess I'll answer. Like I am, and I'm not.
Jimenez, Chard, the guy listening to the show. Good job.
Joe Musgrove's healthy. At least he's pitching, which is a sign that he's healthy, which I like. However, I do take into account Joe Musgrove's spring performance coming off the shoulder injury. Like, I don't know. The short answer is yes, I'm worried about Joe Musgrove. I have been worried about Joe Musgrove all of draft season. And it's one of those guys where, like, yeah, I want to see him in spring. It's kind of what I said early in draft season. And yes, we have seen him in spring, and it hasn't been that great. So,
yeah, we're looking at hopefully Bryson Stott here if he falls back, but we'll have to wait and see because I was hoping for Jimenez, but Chard got me. I was watching the show. Smart man.
Brandon asked Reynolds's. I'm guessing that's Brian Reynolds. I don't know if there's another Reynolds.
He just went.
Brian Reynolds just went in the 9th. So that was their team 1. That's that Acuna team who went 4 pitchers from rounds 4 to 7, came back again and went Bregman and Brian Reynolds.
I'm on the clock. Like I want to go Bryson Stott to get more steals, but man, Justin Steele is sitting right there.
Oh, look at this guy going pitcher heavy.
That is tough to pass up on, but I'm going to. I'm going to get the steals. Give me the steals. My God. Wait a minute. I got a few more seconds.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Jeff Bigman in the chat says, was Garrett Cole taken? If so, how far did he fall?
Not yet, I believe.
Garrett Cole is still on the board. Given the news tonight, as you just went Bryson Stott, the news tonight that he may not need Tommy John and may only miss 1 to 2 months.
Yeah. Chard made a good comment in the chat. Big Chris Sale's team was hoping to get him here. Yeah, I love Chris Sale, obviously, and that glad I got my early shares because it's gonna be expensive now.
How late would Cole have to fall for you to consider Cole?
I will not draft Cole because at any moment I'm expecting he needs Tommy John surgery.
And I think I don't know if you agree with this or not. Is it harder to stash an injured guy in a 12 as opposed to 15, just because replacement level is so much better?
To me, it is. I might be wrong. I'm not the expert as some other really good players are, but I find it difficult just because you're churning so many things. You need bodies. You need bodies is the way I look at it. And you're doing an injured guy like in a 12. Go take your, I don't know. So there's a lot of other options. So I guess the way I say it. So I'm blabbering now. And Justin Steele is still there. It's almost round 10. What is going on? This is bonker. There goes Garrett Cole. There goes Garrett Cole. Pick 103.
The expert of 12s, Drew Forte, who won this overall competition last year. Drew says you can stash one or two guys.
Yep, one at the most.
12 teamers.
For me, one at the most. Drew would know better than I, of course. I've had some great discussions with Drew about 12.
Follow Drew's advice.
Yeah.
Not mine or yours.
I have 2 great shows with Drew. Go check them out on Bench with Bubba. There's really great stuff from Drew Forte on those. And plenty of the guilds and one with both of them. So those are the last 2 overall champions. Go check those out, is what I would say. That's who I learned from.
Let's see. Drew says you have to be okay dropping hitters for streaming and not benching. And something's got to give. There goes your boy. There goes Justin Steele to Andy Splinter.
That's wild. That's a heck of a pick, Splinter. Like to wait that long.
To
me, that's pretty freaking good.
I like it. And Splinter needed a third starter there, I think. Only taking one pitcher in the first 5 rounds with George Kirby, but then going Grayson and then Justin Steele. That's solid. That's solid. Obviously, Seiya Suzuki makes Splinter's team the early front runner, but
obviously, got Team Phillies and Cubs for Splinter. He's got that going for him. It's kind of fun to see some of the guys I was looking at with my last pick still sitting around. Always makes me wonder, but.
So Andy from the Wheel says, was planning on a pitcher, was not expecting Steele to be there. That's a great feeling, isn't it?
Yeah. That's pretty good. Man, Justin Verlander. Someone can take him if they'd like. There goes Bogarts, another nice one that I was debating even with my last pick. Goes Bybee. Okay, group, you guys can stop at any time now.
So Team 8 has now gone 5 hitters and then 5 pitchers after that. And those 5 pitchers are Peralta, Phillips, Ryan, Kimbrel, Bybee. That's, dude, if I do a 12, I think I'm doing something like that. I like that.
Yep. That's the thing is like you're getting the feel for it now. There's so many ways to build. It's like I guarantee you look at all 3 of my OC drafts and I doubt they're going to be the same. And it makes it awesome because again, shameless plug. That's why I loved our pocket shows because it just shows you where you can bob and weave more. Damn it, Evan Carter. That's who I was looking at right there.
You were going to take Carter?
Yep. I was looking at Evan Carter.
Do you not listen to your co-host on your shows here?
Yeah, Power and Speed. I was looking at. He's not going to platoon this year. They just said that.
I might want him to platoon.
Okay, I'm on.
You're up, my friend. You've only got 2 starters. I'm interested when you're going to go back to the starting pitcher.
Probably my next pick. I'm missing out on a lot of outfielders I like, so I'm going with Teoscar right here.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, okay. I was not a big steals guy, but I kind of got steals lately.
No, you kind of patch up steals a little bit with Thomas and Stott.
And there'll be more to come later, so I'm not going to force it right now. I'll get Teoscar in LA in the middle of that order. Give me all that.
Okay. All right. 10th round Teoscar. That's a beautiful sentence right there.
Yes, 10th round Teoscar is a beautiful sentence. But now I'm going to look at pitching. And one thing I did in my main event queue is I took the dip on Sonny Gray, and I'm debating doing it again right here. He threw a bullpen today.
He might go opening day.
Exactly. And I took that pick yesterday before that news came out. You got him like in the middle of the 8th round in an MEQ, so a 15-teamer. I'm really getting close to get. See, Tom just asked Sonny Gray on the way back. That's who I would like. I don't see it happening, but that's who I would like.
I got Sonny Gray in the 12th in Tout Wars, 15-teamer.
That's when really curious about his possibilities. But yeah, otherwise it's like Tanner Scott's there. Would you really trust him? Like it's hard to trust that. He was great last year.
Yuri Perez, how worried are you about the blister thing?
I've been saying
you wrote that up on your Substack today.
But and I've said it ever since it's happened. It's like golf. You're going to have to keep getting blisters until it forms to a callus. That's like you look at any like pitcher. They have calluses all over their hands based on their grip. It's just it's gonna suck, and eventually it's gonna be one of those that just kind of happens, and he's got calluses, and he's gonna have to he has to fight through it. Essentially, is what it comes down to.
In my opinion, it doesn't hurt Perez's stock that much for me
It
because
shouldn't.
I don't think the Marlins were going over 160 innings with Perez anyway.
That's fair.
And so it's like, do you want that break to be in the beginning of the season, the middle of the season, like it was last year, or at the end of the season? It's going to come no matter where. This might actually be a blessing in disguise. Again, assuming the blister heals and forms into that callus. But like, I don't think you were planning on getting 180 from Yuri Perez anyway.
There goes Sonny Gray.
So I don't know. A 10th round Yuri Perez, I feel like that's a good time to take the risk.
Yeah, I don't
so
like.
Yeah, your Sonny Gray just got taken.
Yeah, going back to bats. I don't like the pitchers that are there right now. So we're going back to bats. I missed that I missed that lump of pitchers. I guess that's why I wanted Steele. I should have taken Steele last time. It drops off pretty good there.
Instead of Stott.
Yeah, I should have taken Steele. That's fun, but we can diverge. There's lots of other options coming up. So now we go back to the bats, and again, not a big like I love Santander here for his power, but again, the guy doesn't steal any bases, but there'll be plenty of that later. I'm not trying to like be glued to that. I'm on the clock now.
Yep, go for it.
Oh, I know. That's jumping. Do I want to jump it that much? Get my guys. How much do you trust George Springer? I cannot bring myself to do it. But he's sitting right there.
Trust the hell out of him, man.
Pick him. Do?
Yeah.
Because he's sitting right there. Like, I guess let's go George Springer. Pick. Yeah, let's go George Springer. Like, I keep looking at him, and passing will go or Dansby. Or Dansby. Ooh.
Dansby's fine too.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go. Let's go George. Let's go George. There's some shortstops I like later on, so let's go George. Now I got 4 outfielders just like that. Boom. Which sucks because there's so many outfielders late. So I already second guessing the Dansby thing. This is fun. This is what's fun about
my man's just throwing names out of like Dansby just pops up and then you shut
Well, he was going like 2 picks after him. So I'm sitting there looking at I don't have a shortstop right now, but I already have an MI, so I can wait. And unlike a 15, you don't have a ton of holes on your team unless you screwed things up. So that's always possible. But we'll see where it goes.
Brandon says Steel Thyro would have been sweet.
Yeah, that was on a lot of teams last year. That was a staple of a Bubba squad last year.
So the 5th catcher off the board is Yainer Diaz in round 11.
That's strong.
Catchers, at least in this draft, are I think getting pushed down.
They are.
Every draft is different.
Yep, every draft is different. It feels like with the pitchers' injuries, it's changing things. Catchers are getting kind of the rub here because what are we at pick-wise? We're at pick 129. Oh, no, according to ADP, Yainer is 107, so you got him at a bit of a discount, but then there's a jump to Salvi, then a little jump to Cal Raleigh. Yeah, there's a pocket.
You can wait a while for your next catcher.
There's a pocket coming up.
Yeah. Just a couple builds that interest me. Team 7, the pitching staff is Tyler Glasnow, Joe Musgrove, Garrett Cole, Shane Bieber. A lot of risk, a lot of ceiling there.
A lot of risk. A lot more risk than I usually can stomach.
Team 9 has just 3 pitchers out of 11 picks. Again,
so does Team
who am I to say what's good, bad, whatever?
I'm
just kind of pointing out interesting in picks. And some Team 4 guy only has 3 pitchers. Yeah. I don't know what he's doing.
They asked Moose said, "How much did you jump Springer?" I did, and he was actually 2 picks, quote unquote, after ADP.
Yeah.
So he was still there. He was doing his thing.
Alex in the chat, Christian Javier bounce back. I think it's too early for Javier at this point, but I'm also skeptical of a bounce back. So
yeah, it's a tough one.
Hey, Splinter with the double tap catcher. Wilson Contreras, Cal Raleigh.
At least he didn't go Yologan or Hoppy on that one. Then I'd have really had questions to ask. So that's good.
Someone else on the stream will take Hoppy.
No doubt about it. I have full confidence that my days of drafting Logan O'Hoppy have slowly disappeared. That's a fact. I've learned to accept that one already. But now the fun really can begin because I'm feeling comfortable at most positions. So now we can start.
Hey, on brand. There goes his teammate listening. There goes O'Hoppy.
Yep. Thanks, guys. Appreciate y'all. You guys are great.
Teammate is on the stream.
Yes, he is. Thanks for listening. You're the best.
Beautiful. I love it.
Those are our listeners.
We did have a question about when is too early for Naylor from Tom about 5 minutes ago. Assuming you were talking about Josh Naylor, who just went in the 12th round.
Or it could be Bo Naylor.
It could be Bo.
He's coming up. Josh should have went by now. That's a normal spot for Josh. Maybe sooner, actually. All things considered. So don't hate that.
You don't have a first baseman, but again, I think that's probably part of your plan.
That's part of my plan. I'm also looking at CES right now. Who that's all the power in the world.
Sean, take him. Sean's on the clock.
Yep, go for it. Do it. I dare you. Maybe I should open that page up. That's a little better. Man, like Jomo's sitting right here, and it's just like, God, it'd be great to take him. Oh, wait a minute. He doesn't have a job either. Jaron Duran, good pick. I respect that. Man, this is brutal in the streets.
You got to go pitcher, right?
I'm looking at him. Yeah, but we're going to take some chances here.
Uh-oh. Here we go. Here's
Shoto Amanaga. Shoto Amanaga.
Hey, that's your guy.
18 Ks in 9 innings this spring. Yeah. Get some.
Against the double AAs today, but
hey, that's not. He didn't throw 9 innings against them. Talking about all spring. I'm looking at Brian Wu next too. We're gonna take some upside arms here.
Bubba's just scorched earth on pitchers now. Let's go.
No, this is what or it was either that or Hunter Brown, because literally the next pitchers available. Hunter Green still can't do it. Just not doing it. Justin Verlander, Michael King, Bueller, Jomo, Gavin Williams. Then it gets to Mitch Keller, Christian Javier. That's what I'm saying. Rough, it's just like the pocket. I told you the pocket just disappeared because of all the injuries and stuff. So you have to kind of force your hand if you want guys right now.
Timothy Lilly in the chat and in the draft says, "You're too honest for your own good, Bubba."
It's what we do for the show, people.
It's what we do. Honestly, that's what we. I mean, I don't know.
Part of the
we
show.
love doing these draft streams.
Why stream it if we're not going to talk about it?
Exactly.
What's the point?
We have always said we are open books.
Yeah, I could just
even when we're in the same draft with each other.
Yeah. I can just leave the screen up and mute it and walk away if that's all.
There goes CES. Let's go.
Yes. Hey, the guy at pick 1 is taking a lot of my dudes, by the way. A lot. He's my Dr. Roto.
Rogue listener, team 1. Show yourself.
So do we go Bryce Miller or Brandon Wu or Brian Wu? Which one do we do?
We should take Brandon Wu. Heard he's really good.
He's really good. Really, really good. Yeah. Jose Barrios is out there too. That's not a bad one.
God, it just seems early for all those guys, though.
That's it's like around.
But again, that's a part of the pitching pool that I don't like.
Yep, there's Hunter Green. That's what I'm saying. So it's either don't take another pitcher and wait, which I could do. I could do. Dansby's still there. Gruber, do not do it.
Dude, I would take Dansby.
I would take Dansby right now. Don't do it, Gruber. Don't do it. There goes Brian. Thank you. I will take a 13th round Dansby all day long.
Yeah, that's solid, man.
I almost took him in round 11. So that worked out pretty well. That's fun. Now I feel better. Now I can go wait for the pitching to kind of normalize for a second and go from there. So see, every once in a while things kind of balance themselves out.
Andy says that's a great pick. It's tough. It's tough in a draft when you need pitching. You know you're a little bit behind on pitching, but you also know Dansby is like a great buy at that price. Yep. How do you that's just a tough balance between filling out your team needs and getting the best value on the board. And listening back to the Drew, I think it was Guilds who said it on your Bench with Bubba podcast with Drew and Guilds about 12 teamers. That was one thing that stuck with me is Guilds basically said, don't worry as much in 12s about team balance because replacement level is so much better. I hope I'm not kind of misquoting what he said.
I know what you're saying. He basically says get the best players, build the best team you can, and it'll
worry about
replacement value. Like if you have like 2 bad outfielders, you can stream outfielders. If you have only like 4 good pitchers, you can. It's dicier, obviously, or you don't feel warm and fuzzy because he's great at working the wire or spending money and stuff. But his point stands true. It makes sense, 100%.
And Eric, to kind of build on this point, Eric says round 14 pitchers aren't that much worse than round 13, right? Hard to turn down the value. I agree. You just kind of you kind of named off when you were thinking about your pick 5 or 6 starting pitchers that I don't really see much of a difference between.
Yep.
Take the guy you that stands out, and then hope that one of those pitchers falls back. One
Well,
just
like the
got
pitcher-
taken in Michael King, but
And the pitchers I was talking about are still there. Like, it's still a long ways to go to me, but
yeah. Yep.
they're still sitting around.
No asked about what do you have against Hunter? Did you
Ballpark.
have some Hunter Green
Walks.
slander?
I said I wouldn't take Hunter Green. I was going through the list of guys I don't want. And that's why I just went to where it was. Hunter Green's, it's the walks, it's the ballpark. He's had like pretty extreme splits so far. The talent's great. I admit the talent's really, really good. I can't do it, especially in a 12. Those ratios can just blow you up.
It's kind of like a mini Blake Snell to me, which highlights the ceiling with Hunter Green, but also Blake Snell has had some bad years.
Yeah.
So
really bad years. Really, really bad years. But yeah, like
closers round 13, and that's something we haven't talked about in a little bit. When in a 12 do you consider going back to your second closer? We just talked about how many starters you need.
I probably would have already, but there's not, like, Kenley Jansen's out there.
Yeah,
that's a guy. Other than that, it's like Jose Alvarado now.
No, Jansen sticks out.
Yeah.
So Tanner Scott and Alex Lang just went back to back, Team 9 and Team 10 in the 13th round.
Hey, look who Splinter just took.
Look who Splinter takes, my man. Let's go.
And Bryce Miller took them both. The two guys I was debating took them both.
I'm really curious to see what Bryce Miller does this year. I think Bryce Miller is like, he has such a strong foundation with that fastball. All he needs is just one secondary pitch. I know he's working on the splitter like every other Mariner has been. Bryce Miller, I think, could like really take a step forward this year.
That just happened.
Splinter's team stacked, dude.
Yeah, because he's picking all my guys.
Team stacked. 2 Phillies to start, then 3 Cubs in a row, and then 3 Mariners in a row.
Splinter.
Team 10 takes Will Smith. So doubles on closers round 13 and 14 with Alex Lang and Will Smith. And then Kenley Jansen just went to Team 9, who went 2 closers in a row, 13-14, Tanner Scott and Kenley Jansen. I really like that Team 9 combo, Tanner Scott, Kenley Jansen. I know Scott has had a rough spring, but that could people talk about like not having to pay for saves and hitting on those mid-round save guys in 12s.
Yep.
Tanner Scott, Kenley Jansen, I think could be all right.
Yeah, the save situation, the closers went wild in this one. I was pretty surprised by it, to be honest.
I mean, Alvarado, unless I'm missing somebody, but
no, you're not. I'm going through them. It's really nobody. They're all hanging out. Gialdi wants me to grab the bull by the horns here. I'm trying to figure out who he's. It's not Vinny P. Please God, no Vinny P.
Timothy says Tanner is fine. I tend to agree. I'm not too worried about the spring stuff with him. Suarez still there.
Yep.
In San Diego.
Yep. Estevez, Suarez, Alvarado. It's like Alvarado's the dude, but there's so many moving parts there.
No, put back. Get those glasses on your starting pitcher page.
Is that what you're focused on?
That's what you got to focus on.
Okay.
Let's refocus, Bubba.
Well, that's the problem. It's like Hunter Brown, Erod. I could go with my boy Fott, PFAADT.
Let's see if you learned how to spell since tout. Team 7 in the 10th round went Esteri Ruiz, and then in the 14th round went Luis Arias.
Oof.
I just like interesting stuff like that.
Gosh darn minute. How is this?
What happened?
No, I'm not going to say a word right now because there's a guy I'm looking at that has fallen tremendously in this draft. There he went, Jake Berger. There goes Jake Berger. That's why I didn't say anything. Jake Berger just went. My question to you, Bloomfield.
You're up, dude.
Cedric Mullins is still there.
You're up, man.
I know. I'm talking to you.
You know, I love Mullins.
Yeah, he's still sitting there.
But the rules of Roto and NFBC, Bubba, you do have to fill 9 pitcher slots.
You are so hard up on this pitcher thing.
So just trying to help you out there. You might want to.
You're extremely concerned about my pitchers. It's cute. It really.
You might want to address that at some point.
There you go. There you go. You happy now?
Oh, you should have taken Mullins.
You suck. You suck.
Should have taken Mullins, man.
What would Curlin do?
I don't think we need to ask ourselves that.
He'd talk himself out of 4 things in 60 seconds because he wouldn't stop and think about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that route. All right, Erod, that's a safe.
It's a safer pitch. Yeah. I got Monaga. It's just a safe pick.
Although we said Garrett Cole was a safe pitcher.
Yeah, well, there's no safe pick.
Safe
I think people know what we're saying here.
Lily, my man, echoing me. Erod last another round should have taken Mullins. What team is Lily? Is he going to take Mullins?
No, he's 8th or 9th. He's the team 8 or team 9. I'll check in a second.
There goes Mullins to team 2.
Yeah, I should have taken Mullins. That's fun. That's fun.
See, man, this is why I love not drafting.
This is fun.
Watching you.
Maybe I should have got different glasses.
Remember how much fun you had at Labor?
Oh, yeah. I had a great time. A blast. Absolute blast.
Tom says Ian Happ. Just keep.
That's who I just opened up. Was Ian Happ. That's no Cedric Mullins, but yes.
Time to stockpile arms, Bubba.
Is the chat having some fun with me or what?
Dude, you've got like one pitcher through 13 rounds.
I have 4 starters and a closer.
Drew says, "Don't sweat that last outfielder." So
I wasn't.
Available.
I wasn't. I'm not the biggest Mullins fan to begin with. There goes Hunter Brown. I like that pick. It's a good pick. There's Pavetta sitting out there. If we believe in that,
of course we believe in that.
It's just a struggle, man. It's just like Devin Williams, Verlander, Buehler, Montgomery, Gavin Williams are the top 5 pitchers up there right now. You got Keller, Javier. Then it gets a little more. There goes Christian Javier. There's Pavetta. I think, man, Fott. I love Fott, man. Get my guy.
Time. I don't know if he's coming back.
No, I'd have to get him now.
Nor should you even worry if people are coming back. Just take guys you like, man.
Yeah, it's Braden Fott season. Until Gruber takes him right here. I swear to God.
Dude, make sure he's still available.
He is. I'm looking right at it. I'm looking right at it, genius.
All right, lesson learned.
Yes. He's here.
Casey in the chat. New chatter here says Pavetta. Drew says this is a great price on Pavetta. Pavetta, agreed.
Okay, Pavetta it is, everybody. I'll go with the chat here. I'm a man of the people.
Man of the people.
Let's do Pavetta until Gruber clocks
probably
out.
goes pitcher here. They haven't taken a pitcher.
Yeah. He took Reese's Pieces. Okay, Nick Pavetta it is. There you go.
I think that's awesome.
That's better than Fott. Maybe Fott still falls. You never know. Fott's ADP is about a round and a half or 2 from here. So there's a chance he still falls.
Ryan also says Pavetta K's.
Yeah, 100% gets the strikeouts.
All right, good. You're starting to repair that tarnished portion of your roster.
It wasn't tarnished, you guys.
Sean with team 4. Sean was going to take Pavetta, so you sniped him.
Well,
the chat sniped him, I should say.
Yep, the chat came through on that one. Don't blame me. Blame the chat.
Sometimes
I'm going to scroll this up, people. I'm going to scroll this up. If you need me to scroll it down, let me know.
Sometimes the chat helps. Other times they kick you while you're
down. They're there to remind me how bad I am.
Yeah, and how I haven't taken a third baseman in Labor, which was a month ago, and I still haven't taken one.
Yep, you're still looking for one. But 2 of your 3 free agents have signed. So
I know, man. Matt Chapman and Duvall are in. Although I don't know.
Duvall's in a platoon.
I know
with Kelnick.
Like I'm gonna hold on to him, but I don't know. I don't think that was the greatest landing spot, unless an injury happens. And if Duvall's an everyday player in Atlanta, that's beautiful. But I think it's a short side platoon right now. Ian Happ just went in the 15th round. That's beautiful.
Good pick.
All right, man. I think you need to start thinking about second catcher.
I just highlighted 2 guys right before you said that.
Okay.
That is
like we're starting to get to like the Mitch Garver.
Yeah, it's getting blurry.
I know which 2 guys you highlighted as well.
Oh, do you? Do you think you know what 2 guys I highlighted?
Sure.
Well, there goes one of them. To our good buddy Lily. Lily took Ruiz. Thanks, buddy.
So Jonah Heim's not making it back.
No, he's not. That's not happening. But we got first base still so freaking deep. That's wild.
Yeah, I think you can still wait on. There goes Vinny P.
Yep. Now Gialdi can celebrate.
Gialdi can go to bed now.
See, look at Brandon Waddle says, I have a sexy staff. Why don't you say these comments when they come through, Brian? The good comments.
What?
Brandon
Sexy
Waddle says, I have a
staff?
sexy staff.
No, he didn't. He didn't specify which team. So yes, I agree. Like team 6 has a sexy staff. Team 4, I don't know. Eric says, how sure are we that the 2023 Pavetta breakout is more real than the
Yeah, it's a great question, Eric. It's a great question. He's also
the previous 6 years.
Very valid question. Not going to deny that one bit. Very valid.
I mean, to actually answer the question,
Jonah Heim is off the board now.
Yeah, he wasn't making it back to you.
No.
I don't think the price is that steep for Pavetta. Like, I don't think you're paying much. And he held elite skills for 80, 90 innings last year with a pitch mix change to back it up. And so I just feel like you need to jump the shark a little bit on pitching and kind of have some faith that with pitch mix changes with a higher velocity that Nick Pavetta showed, I think you just need to kind of take a little bit of a leap of faith with pitchers and kind of trust that they changed, but could easily get burned that way too.
Easily could get burned. That is a great point. Man, why would I take Cedric Mullins? There's so many guys with this profile coming up. It's hilarious.
I told you not to.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I really remember you saying that in those exact words. Don't take him, Bubba. That's a horrible pick. I remember those exact words.
All right, 2 up. So do you did your 2 second catchers that you were thinking about, that was Ruiz and Heim?
Yeah, so now I have 2 more circled here. There goes Tovar. So it'll either be Campusano or Jeffers. I'm just taking one and walking away, so I make sure I have one.
And I wouldn't play chicken with it at this point.
No, I'm taking my second.
If you miss on those 2, like, it's death.
Yeah, it sucks tremendously. So it's going to be Campusano if I have my choice, but I love Jeffers as well. Jeffers might actually. I don't know. I'll take Campusano though. We'll see how that plays out, of course. See what Chard does here, but there's a lot of players I do not want towards the top of the draft grid right now. Very, very interesting seeing all these developments through spring training. I'll say that much. There goes Tyler Stevenson. So I will go Luis Campusano.
Yeah, gotta do it. Get it over with.
Yep, that's what she said. All right.
Any second relievers that are still suiting your fancy at this point? Robert Suarez, perhaps.
I was going to either him or Carlos Estevez.
Or Estevez, yep.
I
think you gotta do something.
I need to take one of those 2. I'm leaning Suarez here, but I think Estevez, like, ratios are garbage. I know that, but I think he got a stronger hold on the job than people think. I'll probably go Robert Suarez if he's still there. Let's put it that way.
How confident are you Suarez has the job?
About as confident as I'm confident he has it out the gate, especially listening to Jewett on the RotoWire show a week or 2 ago. He was describing like Matsui and everything, and workload rise. It doesn't seem confident in Matsui being able to handle it. He said he's a small dude. Like, he's not built for a heavy American workload compared to the Japanese schedule. So we'll see. Could be total speculation, but I like the appeal of Robert Suarez. Let's put it that way. Or do I just go Joe Piamps right now?
Go. Ooh, Mason Miller goes.
Yeah, there goes Mason. Oh, whoa.
What?
Hit the wrong button on something, sir. We're good.
Here we go.
No, we're good. We're good. Fixed it.
Another one of our podcast mascots just went, Michael Garcia.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The end of the 16th. This draft is flying. We are over halfway done. It's only been an hour.
Yeah, these take 2.5 hours max. I love these drafts. They're the freaking best. Like, it's like I've never done those Robert Suarez. Holy mother.
Dude, let's get the double snipe.
Ryan, shut your mouth.
Dude, if the double snipe happens, I'm out. I'm done. I can't recover.
Kyle Finnegan's still there. That's not bad. Finnegan might be better than Estevez, actually.
Granted, you don't want to be cheering the fact that you just drafted Carlos Estevez, but
There goes
all right,
Pepio.
Ryan Pepio.
Estevez or Finnegan? Finnegan's actually better than Estevez, I think.
I don't know if Finnegan has the job.
No, yeah, let's go Estevez. Estevez has the job at least. Guys puked in my mouth.
Yep, that's typically what happens when you draft Carlos Estevez.
Yep, that was rough. That was rough, folks. I will be attacking. I always do. I've talked about it in 12. Like my reserve picks, my late picks, I usually take a couple relievers late to spec on. So we'll be playing that game. And there's a lot of pitchers I still like here.
Hey, man,
so all that
a 6th round Rysel and a 17th round Estevez for your 2 closers. I think you got to be happy with that.
It works. I wish I have somebody besides Estevez already, but for waiting, I'll take it. Obviously, don't have a choice at this point in time, but I'll take it.
Drew Forte says, "Do not, under any circumstances," and I agree with this. As someone who had Estevez on labor last year, watch him pitch.
Oh,
it is brutal.
Yeah, I had him in a few leagues. You don't do it for your own health. For a lot of things, don't do it. I'm with you there.
Very disappointed you did not end up with Christopher Sanchez. By the way,
if Estevez was going to go, I was going to take Christopher Sanchez. I was going to but then I saw Finnegan too. So yeah, but it's ugly. It's ugly in the streets these days, Ryan. It's ugly.
17th round Christopher
Brendan Fogg's still out there. That's the funny part. He'll go pretty soon. Now there goes Sanchez right there.
Splinter will take him. Oh, Team 6 just took him.
Yep. Yeah, I knew it was coming.
Yeah, you couldn't expect him to come back in the 18th. Eric asks, any thought to just conceding that you'll be fighting for saves on the wire and take someone you like?
No, not in an overall. There wasn't an overall concept. I would, but I need to at least give myself a chance out the gate, and then I can play the game later. If I go in there already in a hole, that's a tough place to be. Tom DeCola has a great comment here. Things got dark there for you, Bubba. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. When you're debating Carlos Estevez and Kyle Finnegan, that it gets dark. It's really dark.
It still might be dark. You're referring to that in past tense, but see your next few picks.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. I'm glad tomorrow night I'm not streaming my auction draft. That's good.
You're doing auction tomorrow night?
Yep, sir. 15 team OLAC.
OLAC?
Yep.
150?
Yep.
What time?
9 Eastern, 6 Pacific.
All right. So stream at I'm kidding. I know. Friday nights I don't do fantasy.
I love Gialdi always throwing these out. Bubba, it's time to focus on.
Gialdi's trying to rein you in. He's like a coach, man. He's the sideline coach.
Focus on pitching. He keeps saying pitching over and over and over again.
He's a smart guy. I mean, you have taken pitchers in 4 of your last 6
I'm about to say, good Lord. Wheeler, Gausman, Iglesias, Amoniga, Erod, Pavetta, Estevez. Like, I know they're not all world beaters, but what are we talking about here?
Steven said they're taking Piamps. I honestly, I have not been around much today. What is the read on the Brewers closers? I saw something thinking more committee, but I don't know.
It sounds like committee the way they're talking, but who knows? I don't think they even know right now. They're probably still like in shell shock of what's going on.
Yeah, that Devin Williams news is just, I don't know.
It's a tough one to swallow.
Yes, very, very tough. Any Devin Williams on your squads?
I don't know. I'll have to double check because I know I was a Devin Williams fan, so it wouldn't surprise me if there's a shit or two sitting out there.
I've got him in the too early meatball draft. So
I remember that.
I'm thinking that's draft and hold, so no fab. Thinking just punting saves at that point.
That's
just
fair.
go 9 starters and freaking screw it.
That's fair.
I gotta see what specs I have.
That is an option, Bloomfield. That is definitely an option.
Team 10 with 2 starting pitchers at this 17-18 turn that I like, and Nate Eovaldi and Charlie Morton. I think that's pretty solid at this point.
Do you think that's pretty solid?
It's more solid than Carlos Estevez.
It's
much more solid.
Oh, friends.
And Erod.
What do you have against Erod?
Sorry, MIA Rod.
MIA Rod. That's valid as well. Can't argue that one.
Yep. Meant to say that one.
Bloomfield's got jokes, everybody.
What are we thinking here?
Looking at Brian Bayo.
All right, so cross him off your list.
Well,
goes to Sean.
Probably. I was looking at Bayo, Kikuchi, or Kyle Harrison, or Cutter Crawford. Those are the 4 I got circled. Those are the 4 right now.
Timothy Lilly, more like 4 2/3, Rod.
Well, as Toby used to tell me, it's more like 1.40 whip rod. That's what it always was. It was always, no matter what he did, how many strikeouts, how many innings, did he get the win? Didn't matter. His whip was like 1.3 to 1.4 every single time.
Gialdi says, let's just shelve this damn thing. Start the draft over, and he really wants you to focus this time.
Gialdi's freaking good.
He's on
Kyle Harrison went out of the group, so go back.
Yeah, you did. In seriousness, you did just list a good number of starting pitchers that I like here. So,
Yeah.
And honestly, like, to go back to, I think it was Eric's comment, 13th, 14th round. There's pitchers in the 17, 18 that I think are just very similar.
So I've been saying the whole time, and you guys are like, got to get pitching. I'm like, there's tons of dudes here, guys. Tons of them.
But don't talk back to our famous chat here.
Oh, if they can tell me what to do. No, I'm just kidding. Now, the question is, do I really go heavy here? Do I go with the Canning, McKenzie, Gore, Kikuchi, Crawford, one of those 4?
God, like
or do I go back to bats?
You have taken 5 pitchers in 7 rounds.
Because of you guys.
Yeah. I think you got to go back to bats
again. That's what you're thinking? That's what you're thinking? Okay.
I'm
just trying to debate. Yeah.
Maybe take a 3rd catcher.
Oh, you got jokes. Got jokes.
Might work out for you.
I always love Lourdes Gurriel. It's just a steady producer.
Yep.
He's always really good.
Taylor Ward's out there.
Yep. Taylor Ward. Like right now, you just literally throw ADP out the window. Like I actually.
What do you need position wise? What the hell do you have? You need one more outfielder. You're good on catcher. You didn't take a first baseman yet.
Wait a frick.
So you got to look at some first baseman.
Taylor Ward's gone.
Is he?
Yeah, he's been drafted.
Oh, he did. Splinter, our buddy.
That's what I was wondering. I was like, I didn't see him out there.
My bad. Andy Splinter went. God, that's beautiful. Starling Marte, Taylor Ward at the 7th.
Yeah, I was looking at both those guys on the queue. Last round. That's when I was joking about why take Cedric Mullins. You got these guys sitting right there. Those are the guys I was talking about.
Gialdi says you were better off taking Emilio Estevez.
Oof.
Than you were Carlos in the 17th.
Oof. The love is in the air. I can feel it.
Won't hurt you as much in ratios.
You guys are awesome in here. Just throwing blows.
So you need first base, you need a 5th outfielder, and probably some middle corner.
A corner, util. Middle's taken care of. Middle Stott.
Oh, yeah.
So I have Ozzy and Swanson.
All right. No, so we're getting to filling out that
yeah,
lineup.
I'm not too worried right now. Just more of.
This is about the time of the draft where I'm taking my 10th starting pitcher.
Well, I was gonna say there's some really good pitchers I still like out here.
I don't know the replacement level for pitchers in 12 teamers, but
the outfield starts to dry up though. I'm gonna take my 5th outfielder. If Lourdes is there, I'll take Lourdes.
Lourdes is Lourdes is like one of my favorite buys.
Yeah. Me too.
I just don't understand why the price is so low.
Yeah, I think Lourdes is my dude, and there's a ton of pitchers. They might all disappear before they come back. There goes Devin Williams on an auto pick. Yep. Someone got autoed. Devin Williams.
Oh, might have just timed out.
Interesting. Is the draft going to freeze? I think he's timed out. He's been running low on time every time out there.
Yeah. Or maybe by design. I don't know. 19th round. That's a long time to stash somebody, though. I don't think I would do that.
Carson's running low on time.
Yep.
It was an accident, they said. There goes Jeremy Pena. So I will go Lourdes Gurriel Jr.
Good pick. Good pick.
Outfield is full. Don't get that very often from Bloomfield.
I know. Every now and then I gotta stoke that ego. So the Devin Williams pick was a mistake?
Accident, they said yes.
But they're not rolling it back.
Not rolling it back. That's what I was waiting for a second. Did not happen. So we move on. Move on. Now it gets fun. I guess I'll kind of wait and see where things go. Like I said, a lot of starting pitchers I still like. There's my first basemen I still like, but that's slowly disappearing. So I feel like I need to get to that eventually, like sooner than later, probably. You got first base. I need a CI still, which there's a handful there. Obviously, Luis Rengifo still out there.
Of course, mascot. You got to take him.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a tough pull the way this team's building right now.
Carter
There goes
Crawford
Tommy
just
Edman. There goes Tommy Edman, who knows when he's going to suit up to play.
Yeah,
that's a wild one to me. That whole scenario.
Yep. Very slow to heal with the wrist. Timothy Lilly does make a good point. He says Lourdes seems like a better pick in 15-team leagues. I don't know if I'd agree with Lourdes himself. Maybe I'm just like Lourdes too much. But the Lourdes type profile, who's just kind of steady, boring, and going to play every day, is more attractive in 15-teamers. I would agree with that for sure.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I like that stability on my team. Maybe it's a fault of mine. We shall see. But there's some bench outfielders that I could take that are a bit risky. Lily just took Nick Lodolo.
Oh, it's beautiful. Lily.
Yeah, I was looking at him for a second there. So that was definitely on the radar.
Who is Lily's other starters? Because he only has Bassett from rounds 12 to 19.
Let me tell you. So we got Castillo, Nola, Eflin.
Okay, that's
Bassett.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I dig it, Mr. Lilly.
There goes Jordan Montgomery.
Yep.
That's a fun team. Yamamoto, Hader pitchers, Merrill Kelly, Rodon, Lang, Will Smith. So 3 interesting closers. Evaldi, Morton, Montgomery. That's some interesting.
Splinter took Kikuchi and Rengifo.
Splinter. We're gonna have to have Splinter. We're gonna have to go outside and talk for a few minutes.
I was just gonna say, I bet he takes Kikuchi here, and then he doubled it down with podcast mascot.
Yep. Splinter. It's we're gonna have to talk.
Wow. Kenta Maeda, starting pitcher, just went in the 20th. I like that a lot.
That's a good pick there as well. So now it's time to, I guess, look at more pitchers since all these guys are I wish Braxton Garrett wasn't hurt right now. That would be fun.
Oh man, pitchers are just
it's bad
going. You've got Griffin Canning out there.
Yeah.
I think that'd probably be my lean, not even having my draft sheet up or knowing who's available.
He's towards the top of my list, yes.
Canning seems to be going in that Kikuchi, Maeda, Detmers.
Yeah, no, he's
tier.
But it's like right here you have Braxton Garrett, Shane Baz, Nestor Cortez, Taj Bradley, Stroman, Abbott, Edward Cabrera, Emmett Sheehan, Paul Skeens, Michael Waka. I got like Mackenzie Gore, Reese Olson, Griffin Canning. I like Gore and Canning right there a pretty good amount. Jordan Hicks is down there, who I've had my discussions with you about. Especially in a 12, I like the ability to take advantage of his innings and then drop him if you have to. So, yeah, the volatility starting to drop off after this, though. Oh, there's a few more down here. Oh, whoa. Do I jump the gun on that one?
Brandon says Nasty Nestor. I like that one, though he just went to Team 7, so never mind.
Do I jump the gun and go AJ Puck?
He has been beastly this spring.
Yes.
You're not getting a full season out of him, but
there
you
goes
don't need a full season.
There goes Piamps.
So you're going to get either Puck or I'd go Canning myself.
Yeah, that's
Puck,
what I was going to go.
Interesting.
I was going to go Canning first if he's still there. Like even Mackenzie Gore, we've talked about him too.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm leaning Gore or Canning right now, but debating Puck on the way back if he's still there. We'll see what Chard in the chat.
Puck feels like a really nice 12-team pitcher.
Yeah. So we're going to go Griffin Canning here. Have some fun with that. And then either do I attack first base yet? Or do we play chicken? We play chicken a little longer.
Couple things on Braxton Garrett. Lily says Garrett not out for long. Eric also says Garrett isn't much more hurt than Gossman. Is he?
Really? That's not what I've been seeing. But let me see what I can find real quick here on. Because every time I look, I see anything Marlins. That's smart though. I like that. That's a good pick. I can't get mad about that. That's fine. It's a good pick. And Garrett is expected to throw a live batting practice session this weekend. Garrett has been slowed down. but he threw an extended bullpen session Wednesday in his days for live BP. It'll be the first time he's faced hitters this spring. Garrett will begin the season on the injured list, and it's unclear how much time he might need, but he's trending in the right direction.
Is that a RotoWire blurb?
Yeah.
As Eric, the MLB editor of RotoWire, asked the question, we both go to RotoWire to look. As we should. It's an awesome resource. The last sentence of Kevin Gossman's RotoWire blurb from March 12th has made nice progress since experiencing some shoulder fatigue, remains optimistic about his readiness for opening day. So I don't know. At face value, it seems like Gossman's ahead of Braxton. I don't know why we're comparing
Braxton had issues last year too.
That's true. It's a good point.
That's kind of where my concern always went, is he's already battled issues before. So what are we doing right now? That's my concern. All right. There's a Gore. It's a good pick.
Wow, it's interesting. You were deciding between Camposano and Jeffers as your second catcher like 4 rounds ago, and Jeffers just went now in the 20th.
Yeah.
12 out of 15 picks in the 20th round were pitchers.
Yeah, it's that time of the draft. Lots of them there. Now, where to go next? I'm almost on the clock here.
Got 2 picks.
I already have that filled. Sorry, I'm just talking to myself now as I'm trying to figure this out. There it is.
You got to go first base at some point, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of debating.
Especially because you need corner. Take 2 first basemen.
Yeah, that's where I was looking at my roster grid there for a second. Because I keep looking at like Nathaniel Lowe's there, Andrew Vaughn's there, both good guys, but I love Rizzo, man.
I was just gonna say Rizzo.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's the dude. Like, let's stick on brand on this one.
Yeah, we have probably too much Anthony Rizzo.
Yeah, if he has a great season, I'll see you all at the bank. Okay, that's right, Timothy. What? You burned me so many times. Many times.
You should know Rizzo wasn't coming back.
Yeah. I got to get at least one of my guys before everybody else snipes him again.
Justin Turner, another.
Not bad.
I mean, yeah, there's just, I don't know. I like filling late first base and corner with these guys. Like,
yep.
Team 6 doubles down on the Milwaukee closer situation with Payamps and Abner Uribe back to back. I think in round 2021, like,
that's good.
I think that's a fine handcuff and just see what happens.
I can tell Gialdi's just hating my draft right now. He just seeds over there. We need to ramp it up. We're running out of rounds to ramp it up.
I would say Gialdi was my harshest critic on my league-winning Labor team last year.
Did you win that league by chance? Yeah, I think you won that league. It's good. Good point.
I think the more Gialdi goes against you, I think you're good to go.
I like the sound of that.
He does say you need more pitchers, though. Again, you need one.
It's like, is he just asleep and he keeps hitting the copy paste button on accident?
Yeah, his head at the keyboard in it.
Yeah, need more pitchers over and over again. Oh man, yeah, there's some interesting options out there right now. I'll say that much. I'm updating the queue on stuff. Pitchers wise, it's slowly dwindling, but there are some options. There goes Bryce Turang. There's Braxton Garrett. There he goes.
Team 9, dude, with the Lodolo, Senga, Braxton Garrett.
That's Timothy
trio. That's Lily?
Yeah.
I thought Lily. Oh no, Sean's team 4.
Yeah, Lily's 9.
Lily's sticking your neck out there.
Yep, he's going YOLO. Don't look now type guy.
But I mean, so he's going to start with 2 pitchers on the IL.
Yep. There goes Paddock. We are grooving through round 22 of 30, just flying through this draft.
Full bench of pitchers. I can get behind that.
That's what a lot of quote unquote really smart people say to do.
I can get behind that.
It is a decent strategy, I will say. One that I'm highlighting a bunch of late pitchers right now as we speak. Not Alek Manoah being one of them.
Brandon, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it, man.
Yes.
Always. I don't know what anniversary this is for you, but hopefully.
Well, if it doesn't work out for you, I can give you some pointers. First off, don't watch us draft on your anniversary. That'd be a starter for you. But thanks.
That's awesome. Splinter with Max Kepler. That's
boy.
That's a podcast approved pick.
Splinter staying on podcast brand right now. Yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff. Love our listeners, really do. They're the best. How's Tommy Pham still don't have a contract yet? Like with all these outfielders out there, it's just hilarious to me.
Thinking first baseman here. Justin Turner being blue is weird. That's the util color, but he's first base eligible.
You know what first baseman I'd like right now? It ain't Justin Turner.
Who the hell is it?
It's Josh Bell.
I'll find out. Yeah.
Josh Bell.
Yeah, you hyped him up last show. I can get behind it.
Yeah, it's Josh Bell. That's who I'm poking at as I highlight more pitchers to take in the coming rounds here. Because after I take that, I just have util left and all bench spots. So that would be the plan of attack here. Bell or Jose Abreu. That'd be one of those two. Preferably Bell.
And that's your corner. Then you just need a util.
Just a util and then all my bench spots.
Dude, I would.
Because I've drafted enough. I've drafted a lot of pitching lately. If you haven't noticed, a lot of pitching lately.
All right, we have the excuse here from Brandon. Walking pneumonia gives you a pass on your anniversary.
Well, get well soon.
Yeah, it's
no bueno.
That's no bueno for sure. Oh, Ryan Mountcastle, another first baseman who we both.
It's such a deep position, man. It's freaking crazy. Absolutely crazy how deep.
Though, I mean, I don't know, because I'm still in the 15-team mindset.
Mm-hmm.
The ceiling for some of these guys is probably not there, but
yeah.
There's one of your picks, Jack Sawinski, but you were taking Bell anyway.
Captain Jack.
All right,
Captain Jack.
So one more hitter slot, and then all
relievers, or all reserve. All reserve.
Oh,
sorry, all reserve. Let's keep highlighting guys like Sean Manaea is still out there. That's always fun. Your boy Ahmed Rosario's out there. Probably not so much in a 12. Jack Flaherty's out there.
Oh, shoot.
Ooh.
Julio Rodriguez pulled oblique.
Wait, what? You're smiling as you talk. You're so full of it. You can't even do that right. You're so full of shit.
Trevor McGill. Trevor McGill.
Trying to get me.
Trevor McGill, Abner Uribe, Joel Payamp seem to be the most obvious candidates to replace the injured Devin Williams. But
yep.
And McGill is still out there. Both McGills, but Trevor McGill specifically.
Both McGills are out there. That's for sure. Ceddanne Rafaela could be a late round outfielder if people are feeling frisky.
Yep. I mean, and he's the center fielder. Am I?
He should be the starting center fielder.
I read that in your thing.
Oh, you're reading my stuff. That's cute. Appreciate it. Yohan Moncada's still out there.
Jesus.
I just had to throw that out there for you. That was 100% directed at you.
Oh my God. I'm still recovering from that target in the last episode.
Hey, Eric Halterman, what's the latest on Kyle Bradish?
Drew says, totally agree, Gialdi. I'm assuming the comment that Gialdi says all picks are droppable at this point.
Yep, 100%.
I think he said that about a round to go, a round ago.
It's so true.
Yep.
So true. Yeah, I'm just like literally highlighting guys, in-game guys, and then pretty much just run off my queue here for a bit unless something changes. Not directly, but just have my guys lined up for me.
Lily says, I think Payamps is the easy choice in Milwaukee. Guy has nasty stuff.
Should be.
Uribe does too, but not the experience.
And Uribe walks a ton of guys. Like it should be Payamps first. It might lead to somebody else, but it should be Payamps first.
I love a Jackson Merrill pick. Just went in the 23rd round. I think that's an awesome pick for this time.
Yeah, that's a good pick. That's a good pick. I think I'm going Jordan Hicks, my Giants guy. Tons of strikeouts. When he hits the wall, you drop.
Yeah, you started to turn me around on him a little bit.
His strikeout upside I like a lot here. So I'm leaning Hicks in this one.
I just don't know how many wins he gets with the 5 and dive, but
yeah, not much. But to be fair, how many of these guys in the back end are getting a lot of wins?
Yes, that's the proper retort. It's the 23rd round. Like,
yeah, we're at that point. These guys are back here for a reason.
Let's see.
Kirk.
Alex says Cedane Rafaela has some late speed potential.
Yep. Love Rafaela late.
Splinter will for sure take him at the wheel. So cross him off your list now.
Yep. Go for it, buddy. You can have him.
I like that Hicks pick.
Yeah, I think take the strikeouts there.
Well, you can, and then there's no way he's ending the season on your team. But
no, he's
none of these guys probably are from here.
Easy cut.
Any save specs up your sleeve? You want to?
I always have MacArthur sitting out there in Kansas City because I'm just a believer in that. Aroldis Chapman was out there. I probably should have went with. I got a guy that probably would have been worth a look unless he just went and I missed it. Leisure, as Gialdi mentioned in the chat's another guy you can look at. So there's a few. Tim asked, do I try to get one giant per draft? No, not on purpose. I'm not that big of a homer.
Yeah. I try not to at all costs.
I got our Eric Halterman update. But this is still let's ramp back up and see if you need surgery or not for Bradish, isn't it? Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. That's why I was kind of curious.
Who's the Giants' top ADP hitter?
Probably
Thyro?
It's either Tyro or Soler.
God.
Yeah, I can tell you right now. I got the ADP page up.
That's gross.
Soler is 159. Estrada's 137, so there you go. Go the winner, Tyro Estrada.
Team 6 also did the late first base double tap with Ryan Mountcastle and Andrew Vaughn versus your Anthony Rizzo, Josh Bell. I like both of those.
Vaughn, I like a ton. That team context is so beyond awful right now. That's what kept me off of it.
It is.
That's what kept me off. Otherwise, I really like Vaughn, and I know about a month ago I was much more into Vaughn. Every move the White Sox make now, I'm just like, yeah, I just don't want much to do with that at all. It's bad.
Team 1 is in the chat. Patrick has shown himself. Hey, guys, drafted from Team 1. Just started listening this season. Love your work. Thanks for this. Thank you, man.
Thanks for listening, man. Thanks for taking a lot of my picks. Appreciate it. You're doing a great job in there.
It's always nice to be able to rogue draft right next to Bubba.
Yeah, seriously. Thanks for joining us.
For sure. Agreed.
Yeah.
Timothy says, I didn't realize the amount of injuries in baseball until I played fantasy. I think Vlad Sedler has coined this. I could be wrong, but fantasy baseball is the most humbling sport because it is brutal. I don't even think injuries this year are any higher than previous years, to be honest.
No, because remember last year we thought it was crazy, and then there was charts coming out. It wasn't that far off from the norm. It just felt like it was more profile guys, maybe. But
I mean, granted, the high profile Cole, Devin Williams, Aaron Judge, like all back to back to back. It's kind of a shock to the system, but I think this is pretty par for the course. Not looking at numbers, just going off of feel. But but anyway, yeah, it's a humbling game, man. Half these guys are going to get hurt at some point in the season. That's why in-season management and fab is just so important.
Yep, I agree. I agree with you. All these comments in the chat about Bradish. He's an easy drop. You take him now, see what happens. Easy drop if it gets ugly. I get it. I totally understand that. That makes sense.
Yep.
Like
the Roca pick.
Yeah, he might be the number one starter in again the mess that is Chicago because Kopech's heading into the bullpen, and I've said for a long time he should be
in the chat. Kopech's out there, I believe.
Yes,
I missed it.
No, he is. I just put him in my queue to remind me later. Yeah, I've been saying saves guy for he should have been a closer a long time ago.
I mean, later, 24th round, man. It is later.
What do you mean?
You said you're saving Kopech for later.
Well, I'm just leaving him on my list. Can't take everybody right now. Come on, man.
Man's in the 28th round. Yeah, I'm gonna.
Man, the crap I take here. This is great. I hope everyone's enjoying the show. The beating of Bubba on the side. This is fun. There goes Garrett Whitlock.
I like a couple of your picks.
I'm on the clock right now, and a spring darling is Reese Olson just sitting there still. He had such up and downs last year with the walks and everything. It's pretty terrifying. Walks have still been bad this spring. I'm going to continue to pass on that. Yeah, he's gone too. So
Casey asks, I'll let you pick. Casey asks, what's my opinion on the 24th round Trevor Rogers, who, yes, did just go in the 24th round. I think that's the exact kind of pick you make. I think that's the exact kind of pick you make. If you have to drop Trevor Rogers because the injury lingers or he doesn't make the rotation or he just doesn't look right, you drop and move on. If Trevor Rogers is even a glimpse of what we saw a couple years ago, that pick could pay off handsomely. So it's those binary cut or hold decisions that those types of guys I love taking after this 20th round. So fully approve of a 24th round Trevor Rogers. You just took Kyle Bradish.
I agree with what Gialdi said there about this is the kind of guy you take in this format. You can drop him at the first fab. If news doesn't get better, if news gets better, you got a pretty good pitcher. So I agree with that.
I did not mention John Gray earlier, but I'm a huge John Gray guy. I went at the late 23rd. Not that keeper cut type of thing that I just mentioned with Trevor Rogers, but I think John Gray's skills are good enough, maybe not in a 12, but to kind of be a late mid rotation anchor is not the right word, but someone you can kind of depend on.
Yeah, that's totally fair. Can't completely disagree with that. If you're gonna make fun of me, I'm gonna have some fun with you. That's just the way this is gonna go.
What did you just say?
Yeah, there's a whole lot of gibberish for you. Hope you enjoyed it. Take good notes.
I think basically you were like trying to focus on your draft and acknowledging that I spoke.
Pretty much.
And that's about it.
Just feel glad you're acknowledged.
Do you even know what I said? Who I was talking about?
John Gray.
Oh, damn.
I was really making fun of you because like, yeah, it's not a bad pick at this point. Like, I agree with you. We've talked about that.
No, you said you don't completely disagree with me.
Doesn't say I didn't agree
basically,
with you. I don't completely agree with you either. It's kind of a
yin.
Hey, this next pick's for you though. This next pick's for you. As long as Gruber doesn't take him, this next pick's for you.
Is that a team 2 double tap closer or catcher? Is that their starting catchers? Elias Diaz and Austin Wells. It's probably is.
That is their starting catchers. Yes. That's an interesting starting catcher.
Stream City. It can work. It can work.
It could. It's been proven. This one's for you, Ryan.
Is it? Is it? Beautiful. Andy called it as well. I put up his comment before you made the pick.
Yep.
That's beautiful.
Yep. I like what I'm seeing this spring. Like I even commented on Twitter the other day. Gave you a little maybe. Schmitty mentioned Tyler Wells. Big Tyler Wells fan. I'm with you on that one.
Schmitty might be team 2.
2-start week in week 2 versus KC and Pitt. You're welcome.
And that's something I haven't started to look at yet. I talk about it, but I haven't done it yet. It is about time to start looking at early schedules. If not,
I don't know what Schmitty's last name is, so I don't know if he is team 2, but could be.
He was quick to back up the Tyler Wells selection. So
yeah. That's
we're suspicious.
We see that sort of certain quote unquote analysts on Twitter when they pick someone in a slow draft, they quickly tweet out something saying why they like a certain player so much, so you can tell they drafted him type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is fun. We're getting towards the
Team
end.
Team 4, Sean says it looks like I'll be cheering for the Red Sox this year after drafting Cutter, Whitlock, and Houck. Too bad Bubba took Pavetta from you, Sean. It'll be tough to do as a Jays fan. That's a good point.
Even better. Yeah, I got a lot of my queue of pitchers are disappearing. Mania, Lytle, Olsen. I had all those guys, which is fair. It's late. I'm not complaining about that because it's that point of the draft. But I still have a few more that I'm a big fan of. Kind of hoping they stick around.
Man, that just rounds out. That makes your rotation so
Aren't you?
Better.
Don't you love my pitching staff now?
Just instantly, like I went from hating it to.
It is Wheeler, Gossman, Iglesias, Amoniga, Erod, Pavetta, Estevez, Bayo, Canning, Hicks, Bradish, Flaherty. Come on, what's not the
Erod's the one
You've never been an Erod guy.
But yes, agreed. I've never been an Erod guy. So
yeah.
Take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah, I will take it with a grain of salt. That is fair. There goes Chase Silseth. I was praying he'd make it back. That would have been amazing if he made it back.
Team 9 has taken.
There goes Louis Varland. All my guys are disappearing now. Yeah, Tyler Wells. Tyler Wells, by the way, has not been drafted yet because he's still in my queue.
I'll take him.
Yeah, I will.
Lily with 7 pitchers in the last 8 picks. Lodolo, Senga, Garrett, Lugo, Paxton, Littell, Silseth. I like that strategy. Just
That's really
volume your
strong.
way into it, man.
Yep, there's a lot of pitching in 12s.
Stream from your bench. Stream from your bench.
That's the fun part, is looking at my bench. I know you don't like a lot of my players, but I could see myself streaming some of these guys at times, which is fun. 12s, though, you can stream from the bench on the wire. That's the beauty of it. I am on the clock. I will take Tyler Wells. I like him anyways, not just for what Schmitty stuff's nice, but I like Tyler Wells to begin with. I was a fan there.
See, I like that pick too, man.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Gialdi, actually, in a serious question, what do you think about Jordan Hicks's pitch count, what it gets up to?
Pitch count, I'm not worried about because they're already stretching them out. If you're talking innings, I'm thinking like 120.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking. They've said,
you thinking 4 inning spurts or 5 innings?
They're like they're going to run him out, and it might be one of those when he gets to like 100 innings, he goes to the pen, or they start using openers and stuff. But right now, they want him to go 5 to 6 innings to start. That's what they want right now.
Tom wants you to take Alek Manoah. Even I wouldn't wish that on you, man.
No, they kind of want Hicks to be what Harrison did at the end of last year, where he was going 5 or 6 when he wasn't walking everybody. That's what they want from Jordan Hicks.
Yeah, Jaldi's asking more, and that's kind of what I was thinking too. Pitch count in terms of innings per start. Is it 4? Is it 5?
They want 5 to 6 innings if they can. So like, just think whatever they did with Kyle Harrison last year. That's the goal kind of right now.
All right,
but they're stretching him out to be a dude. That's their plan.
He has never been a dude.
Stop it.
I shouldn't be that harsh.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to speculate on if none of these guys take him. I'd like to take David Robertson right here because I think he's better than Jose Leclerc. Here's one.
And you like Robertson over Kopech?
Yes, this time around. If Kopech's still there later, I'd probably. Leisure's been a great reliever in camp. Kopech, I think, has closing stuff. That's the difference between the two. How many wins is Chicago going to have? We're really fighting over Chicago saves at this point.
Good point.
Okay, Schmidt just went. So I'll take David Robertson here and see where that goes. Always a droppable play if needed. And round 27, we've got 3 picks to go, which is awesome. Thank you all for watching. It's been a fun stream. A lot of people hanging out. So that's
absolutely.
Good.
I know a lot of my jokes poked at Bubba are half in jest, but no, these are a ton of fun.
And it's a late night for a lot of people. Like tout labor, the auction even, or like 8 Eastern. This is a late one, so I appreciate you all.
Absolutely.
Now we get to keep debating on what to do here because I have a bunch of hitters at the top of my queue. Like Matt Chapman's out there. I love Brian De La Cruz. Leody Taveras is good. Austin Hayes still out there. Westberg's there. Sedan Rafaela, Harrison Bader. Those are a bunch of outfielders I like. So a 6th outfielder could be strong right there.
You probably do need a 6 outfielder.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. Like I have a lot of them highlighted there. Like, do I take the pure upside on Rafaela is kind of what I'm debating here. Or do I go with kind of the boring Bader that's going to play every day right now? Or Bader?
You know the answer. Don't go boring.
Leody Taveras.
I'd go Rafaela or Westberg.
Westberg's not an outfielder, son.
No, you need it. Yeah, I guess. Mr. Lilly says under 2 hours. Our fans are the best drafters. I don't know how many of our fans are in the draft. Probably more than half.
Seems like almost half. Seems like at least half.
Yeah, at least half that have shown themselves. So
that have show yourselves.
Show yourselves. I still think we have a rogue team 2 with Schmitty. Could be wrong.
Yeah, it could be. That'd be funny.
But, that is a really good nugget. I'm going to bring that back up in case anyone missed it. The Tyler Wells 2-start week.
That can obviously change as scheduling changes, but if it sticks.
No, I realize I screwed up. He brought that up after Austin Wells was taken, and he brought up Tyler Wells. Never mind. Schmitty, you are not team 2.
Or is he just deceiving us and he is team 2?
Lily just took Rafaela.
Thanks, Lily. Appreciate you. Had him queued up and all.
You played chicken too long on him.
Oh, now it's dude. You played chicken too long.
You took Jordan Hicks instead of Rafaela.
I'd do it again.
Splinter takes Jeff Hoffman. I like that. If Jose Alvarado goes down,
a good pick.
Off, and there goes Trevor McGill. Or no, Tyler McGill. Excuse me.
Seiler
brought him up last episode.
Yep, that's a good one as well.
Your boy
There
MacArthur
goes Harrison
just went.
Bader. Man, my queue is disappearing
rapidly.
Rapidly. All those names I mentioned, gone.
Literally. You mentioned the 4 of them. They all went.
Holy Nikes. So maybe we have more than half of our listeners in the draft right now. That was quick.
Dude, you just got nuked.
Wow. Around 28 nuking.
You hate to see it.
You do. You hate to see it. Holy shnikes. There is a guy, though, that's kind of tempting.
Eric says Jeff Hoffman.
I got my upside play.
Easily could get as many saves as Alvarado this year. I agree with that. The only thing, and again, this is a 27th round Jeff Hoffman, so whatever. The only thing is, like, how long do you, like, because Alvarado probably is the guy to start. How long can you hold on to Jeff Hoffman and wait that out? But I do agree, like, by season's end, there's decent chance that happens.
The whole point right now in the 12s is grabbing these dudes late to see if something happens. Like, let's say an injury to Alvarado unfortunately happens the next week, you get Hoffman for free without having to go to the waiver wire. So that's the whole point in the 12s. You have such you're going to drop a bunch of guys anyways. Like, this just gives you that luxury is what it comes down to.
Schmitty recommends, and yes, not drafting. I realize I messed that up. Sal Frelick.
I do like Frelick. That's not who I'm taking right here, but I do like
good
Frelick.
Suggestion.
It is. I'm going to take a guy I just wrote up for an article in Fantasy Pros about stolen base sleepers potentially based on ADP. I'm going to wait till Chard takes his pick because he is in the chat, and I really just lost my entire queue. I'm sorry to break our rule of open and honest, but you guys just destroyed me.
Bubba waits until the 28th round to institute the no-name policy.
I'm looking at Brenton Doyle of the Rockies.
Which is just that's a decision. That's
Brenton
a decision.
Doyle of the Rockies.
Brenton Doyle. Jesus.
Yeah. A lot of power and speed in the minors, better average in the minors, hit like garbage last year with 10 homers, but he had 22 steals, plays great defense in center field in Colorado, should play every day. I'll take a dart at that point in the draft.
Yep. Tom says, considering the amount of pitchers getting picked on benches, is it really that hard to stream pitchers? Not going to be many left.
A lot of them are going to be dropped in the first few weeks.
Yeah.
Yes. A lot easier in 12s than you think. If this was a 15, I'd be terrified of what's available. But in 12s, you'd be shocked. And there's still a lot out there, man.
And Tim Lilly also says there's going to be more injuries these next 2 weeks. So
yeah, a lot of doors are going to open.
The way to combat that, I think, is volume.
Volume. There
goes a late Jose Abreu and a late Ty France in the 28th round.
That's fun.
Not there super ceiling guys for a 12, but there goes Westberg as well from Patrick.
I don't need a shortstop, but Zach Neto's still out there.
You know my feeling on him.
Oh, I like him. I like him a lot.
Yep.
I have no qualms with that if someone wanted to take him. Like, Nathaniel Lowe's still out there in round 29. Like, I don't need a guy, but if someone somehow still needed a first baseman or a corner, you could do worse.
That's the latest. I mean, how long is he out for?
That's true. I forgot about that. I have not seen an update on that.
No, yeah, he's up sideline up to 4 weeks. So
never mind. Scratch that comment.
Andy says, really like that Willie Castro pick. I didn't see Castro go.
Yeah, he went a couple picks ago.
Oh yeah. Okay, there we go. Team 2. Yeah, that's good.
Okay, let's
Taylor just went. We just compared him to Neto last show.
Okay, we're gonna have some fun with another one here. Give me Ronaldo Lopez.
Oh, all right.
5th starter in Atlanta. Let's see what he's got.
All right.
Ivan Herrera's out there for anybody that wanted a third catcher.
Jesus.
Just wanted to throw that one out there.
What are we doing? I'm going to log off.
You wouldn't dare.
James Wood, I like as a 29th rounder. He is. I don't know if he makes the team, but
the only concern, and Curlin, of course, with his playing time, makes a good point. Jesse Winker and Ahmed Rosario are playing a lot, and I think they're non-roster invitee guys. At least Winker is. That it might squeeze Woods out for now. That's
Ahmed Rosario is on Tampa.
Eddie Rosario.
Oh, Eddie Rosario. My bad.
Yeah. So that could squeeze James Wood out, unfortunately. Just a could, maybe wrong.
Yeah, no, I mean, in all likelihood, James Wood does not start on the.
But it's a good
on the
spec.
team,
It's good.
but in the 29th round, you take that shot.
100% agree with that. There are some fun ones down here. You got Jordan Wicks. John Brebbia is still here. He's technically going to be the closer in Chicago for at least a little while. Maybe, kind of, sort of. That's slowly going away the more we see. Like Kobe Mayo's down here if you want to take a chance on a prospect. He's crushing the baseball.
Yes,
I just don't know where he plays in Baltimore.
Also don't know. Yes, agreed. But and this is kind of I think a next level strategy that Gialdi's bringing up. Remember, if you draft a rookie, he's in the fab pool. So
yes,
you may not think remember that James Wood got drafted in this league. You may not think in May when he actually gets called up that he's even available in your league. When the guy who drafted James Wood absolutely knows that and can pick him up for $1 a week or two before. Like that is kind of
phenomenal point.
A 4D chess move, 3D 4D, whatever the hell.
Yeah. All these prospects getting picked up that you could easily.
You drop them, no one else in your league even knows they're available, and you get them for $1.
Yep, one way to definitely navigate that minefield.
All right, man. Who's your last go?
I'm looking at like Jared Jones for fun.
Lily, thanks for hanging out, man. Good job tonight. And,
Lily, thanks a ton. Like Jared Jones,
hour 50.
Awesome. Jared Jones. I don't know. I got some of the guys. I got like Jason Foley in Detroit, Brevia, who I mentioned, Kopech's still out there, Chris Martin in Boston, who I like a lot, Alex Cobb, who I like a lot. If you guys want to steal Brady Singer from me, go for it. You got Joe Boyle with his 18%. Junior Camanero's already starting out in the minors. He just got picked, so there's one you already talked about unless the guy's holding forever.
Yeah.
That's one right out the gate.
Sean says, great draft. A lot of fun. Enjoyed the stream. Thanks for hanging out, man. Good squad out of Team 5. Andy, we burned it up. Absolutely.
Yes, we did. We just ran through this thing.
Thank you, Mr. Gialdi. Appreciate the lighthearted.
Jeff from NFBC in the chat's probably like, thank God you guys went through this so fast. I'm going Chris Martin, Boston, with Kenley Jansen's injury history. Give me Chris Martin all day long.
Thanks, Eric, for hanging out. Thank you, Tom. Great questions and comments throughout. Learned a couple things from you tonight. So
this is why I always say, like, I'm not going to stream another draft, and then we have so much fun doing it. It's like I want to stream another draft.
It's 1:30 Eastern in the morning,
and you guys are still crushing.
This is so fun. This is awesome.
Yep, you guys are the best.
All right, who's your least favorite pick? What's your biggest regret
on my team?
Yeah, on your squad. Outside non-Erod division, of course.
Non-Erod division. I'm looking at Stott maybe, just because it maybe pivot and do different things.
How do you now feel about the Wheeler Gossman start and how?
I'm fine with it now, but it's just so different because I love having like 4 near elite hitters.
Yeah, I feel like you won't do this again. Not to say it's just not your style.
Yeah, but like getting Royce Lewis in the 5th, I know as risky as it might be, that helped me a little bit just because his ceiling is tremendous.
Yeah.
If he gets there, of course. But like in hindsight, I probably should have grabbed another third baseman at some point as my corner infield instead of the 2 first basemen late. But yeah, all in all, I like it. Obviously, it's early. A lot of things can change, but stolen bases, I need to maybe address some more.
Probably your weakest category, but again, gonna have holes. Patrick, thanks for hanging out, man. Good job capitalizing on the built-in advantage of getting Ronald Acuna. Well done, man. Thanks for listening.
Yes. Congrats. Don't be one of the few that lose with Acuna as your first pick, please.
I lost with Acuna and Strider on the same team last year.
So. Oh, did you?
Yeah, didn't even.
That was a DC. That was a DC though, where you had like 3/4 of your team with a red suitcase.
God, just brutal.
Not a whole lot you can do at that point.
Brutal.
So, all right. I think instead of going team by team and recapping everything, I think we'll probably wrap it up there. Unless you have any final thoughts, you got to host a draft, Ryan. How are things going for you?
Good. I enjoyed it. I'm just kind of hanging out, commenting. It's much less stressful. I would rather be drafting, but this is fun too.
It was fun. Again, this is why I prefer the back end of the first round, middle to back end of the first round. Is more my comfort zone of the players, especially hitters that I like. I think if Harris falls to me in round 3, everything changes in my draft.
Yeah.
That was my goal. So it made me pivot.
That was a tough.
And this is my first draft with all these injured pitchers too. That's like we saw a lot of things moving around in this draft, and that catchers kind of dropped a little bit. They kind of went early too at a time. Like, it was just a weird. Outfield's deeper than you think. Let's put it that way. I'll say that much.
This will pivot to our kind of closing, I guess. Any more streams? Gialdi says, we don't have any planned. Which we're not going to rule it out.
I'm not saying I won't. It might, if it's not this feed, it might be my other feed. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Not saying I won't, because I got 2 more OCs.
Do more OCs, and you said you're not doing your auction.
I'm drafting an auction tomorrow night. I'm not going to stream that.
Not going to stream it.
I enjoyed being able to like walk around my house at the 5-minute breaks and go to the bathroom, maybe eat while I'm drafting, stuff like that. It's kind of a nice plus. So.
All excellent visuals for our listeners as we.
Yeah, if you guys want me to leave the camera on for that, I'm more than welcome.
Oh, good.
All right, we'll wrap it up on that note. Thank you all again for listening in the chat. Everywhere else, Ryan, thank you for hosting this. I appreciate it. It was fun. But we'll be back with you guys next week again, Tuesday, kind of your hitter finale thing. I don't know, draft.
We don't really. We have an idea of what we're going to do.
We're trying to fine tune it.
We're just trying to fine tune. We want some kind of draft guide roadmap for hitters on Tuesday. Just a general overview of the player pool for hitters on Tuesday, kind of recapping all of our ADP pocket episodes in one show. And then on Thursday, we'll do the same thing for pitchers. I have no idea how it'll turn out, but we're going to try something new. So We'll see.
Yep, we'll try it out. Hope you guys join us in the chat, through your ear, whatever. Download, subscribe, rate, review, all that fun stuff. Make sure you check out Ryan on Twitter at RyanBHQ. I am on Twitter at BDintrics Podcast, at Bubba Bloom Pod. This was Bubba and the Bloom, episode 117. Catch y'all next time.